This is how it should look. The truck should be level, the car hauler should be level. It doesn't matter where the car is at. The car is towards the end of the trailer, which that used to freak Greg out. But if it's secured properly, it doesn't fucking matter. It's not going to come off. He used to put it on the very front of the trailer and have the ass into the tow vehicle on the ground, which is fucking stupid. So here's how you secure it. I'll leave you these straps. The actual strap has the hook you can put through the hole, tie down point on either side up front, and then the actual ratchet has the flat hooks that I like better. And as you can see, I crisscrossed it in the front. I can't do it in the back because of how it is, but that doesn't matter. What matters is, regardless of what you're hauling, you want to make sure that the vehicle, the box, whatever the fuck you've got strapped down, can't move left to right, side to side, up and down, or front to back. And in this scenario, it's not going to go up and down for obvious reasons, but you also want equal and opposing forces. I got the crisscross, got the one pulling the one way, the one pulling the other way. You can crisscross it, or you could just pull it from that point straight to here. It doesn't matter as long as one side is pulling one way and the other side is pulling the equal and opposite direction. Otherwise, your shit will shift. You'll also notice where I have the ratchet hooked up. It's right in front of this stake pocket. When Jason was using my car hauler years ago hauling cars, he was dropping cars left and right because this dumb fucker, stake pocket here, stake pocket there, that dickhead would put the ratchet right here in the middle where it can slide 18 inches. So you have to have it where it can't slide. Right here, it can't slide. It's not going to slide forward because I have forces on the car pulling it backwards, and it's not going to slide backwards because the stake pocket's here. Now, if you put this ratchet on the other side of this stake pocket, now you've got a problem because there's nothing to stop it from sliding all the way back to that one. So you got the one strap in front of that stake pocket, and then the other strap, as you'll notice, is in the front of that stake pocket. So the front can't go anywhere. Now, when we get to the back, as you can see, it's not crisscrossed, but you're still getting equal and opposing forces. The strap on the driver's side is pulling to the left, the strap on the right side is pulling to the right, and it's also pulling slightly to the rear. The straps up front are pulling slightly to the front. So not only do you have the straps pulling equal forces opposing each other to the outside, you also have it opposing forces front and rear. You can see how that's slightly pulling to the rear. If I had the front straps pulling that same direction, there's nothing to stop the car from rolling off the back because there's no force pulling it forward. So pulling to the back, pulling to the back, and as you can see, that one is, both of those are pulling to the front. It doesn't have to be a bunch, it just has to be enough to where it's at least pulling mildly. Your forces are opposing, basically. So, and then additionally, this was kind of a bitch. On the passenger side, you got this nice tow hook that it fits in, but on the driver's side, there's not that hook. There's just this hole, which you have to put the ratchet part of the hook in there because for whatever reason, the strap part of the hook wouldn't go in there. So how you see this is exactly how you need to do it. And this one, like I told you in the other video, normally I don't like to put these out front. The excess out front, I like to keep it back here, but because how that is, there's not really room for it. And as you can see, this strap, ooh, I didn't see that. This strap is compromised in two spots. One right there that's worse than this one because this has like 2 or 3 layers of fabric here, but it'll still make it to your destination. Don't worry about it. I've been using them for a while. Just check it. And then this one, as you can see, I didn't have to duct tape it because on some of these ratchet straps, now the Orange Harbor Freight straps, they don't really have this, so you have to duct tape all of them. But this one, oh shit, I got this phone all upside down. You can see there's this gap here that you can slide the excess through, but to make this work, you pull the strap all the way through it, give it maybe like 1 or 2 clicks just to get the slightest amount of tension on it, and then wrap the strap up, wind it up, whatever, fold it, whatever, and then stick it through here, because obviously once you get it nice and tight, this slit will be tighter than virgin you know what on prom night. So you have to do this when there's no or very little tension on the strap. Did the same thing with the bigger, I always do it with the bigger ones because it's way more convenient than doing this duct tape bullshit. The one over there is the same way. I'm not walking over there. Same thing. And then additionally, with these hooks, you see how that's hooked and how that one's hooked? Basically, it can't come out of their holes with how the hooks are. So, let me see. All right, so you get a real good view of how that is in there. And then the same thing over here. And then this one, same thing, the way you got the, and I don't know how to explain this, but if you flipped the hook the opposite way, it would have a tendency, if you keep pulling it the direction I've got it pulling, the potentially the hook could come out of there. So, and I already showed you that in the other video. Same thing with the hook on the tie down point. You want them just like the way I got them. And so there's that. The trailer ramps, you see they just slide into this groove right there. You just have to pick them up, they're heavy. Then they go back in their respective holes. And then this rod right here goes through there, and you got this little pin. Make sure it's closed, latch, yada yada yada. Make sure you get these in there and you don't lose them. Jenny lost one of my ramps one time and it bent a little bit. So just make sure you put them back in there and don't lose those hooks. And then, oh, all right, up here, see how the hook's in there? If it was the other way, it would have a tendency to maybe come out of there. But it's good there, like I showed you. That front of it. Bam, bam. Here's the other side, same thing. Always make sure you got your hooks where they cannot possibly come out. And then, like I said, in front of the stake pocket. And I think that's it. And then I'd strap it down like so. Like I told you, make sure you've got it where your tow vehicle is, and your vehicle might be different than hers. The car might be further forward, or it could be back a little bit too, but you can't go back too much further, else you're not gonna be able to you won't be able to strap it down in the rear. So that's about as far back as it can go, but you want it to try to be level and the truck to be level. Now, if I had this car all the way at the front, the pickup truck, the bumper would damn near be on the ground. That's not how you want to haul it. You want everything as level as possible so it rides nice, handles nice, yada, yada, yada. So strap it down like this, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you're going to take it to the Subaru mechanic or just take it home, whatever. Doesn't matter. Strap it down, and then when you get to stop at the Loves to get fuel, check all your straps, make sure they still got tension on them. If any of them are loose, just give them just a couple clicks to where they've all got about the same amount of tension. And then I would stop just outside of Flint, or I don't know, like drive like 60 miles, and then stop it and check it again, and then just stop and check it every time that you stop, and it should be fine after that. Like, once you get down to the Love's truck stop, it should have moved around as much as it's going to move around with all the dirt roads, the bouncing, yada yada. Once you tighten it down, then it should be good. But check it and drive another 60 miles, whatever, an hour, stop, check it, and then after that you should be good. You just check it every time after you stop, just in case. And keep an eye on this strap because it's got that shit. But I think I would use it. That tells you I would use it. I would just keep an eye on it, but I would use it. So if I would use it, you're going to be safe. If it was unsafe, I would tell you not to use it. That's it. Later.